Fox 40's Josie Hart joining us live in Auburn with more on the moments, Josie, that stood out in that courtroom earlier today.
Well, Eric, today marks day 4 that Daniel Serafini has taken the stand, and testimony went on for several hours, and it was mostly his credibility that came into question. Last time we were here, the prosecutor questioned Daniel Serafini about allegations of past threats, and he admitted to committing insurance fraud. The prosecutor also played tapes from about a month after the shooting where Serafini was questioned by detectives about his relationship with his former lover and accused accomplice, Samantha Scott, who later testified against him at trial. In court, Serafini admitted that he lied to investigators about that relationship, saying that it was his personal life, and he admitted that he was hiding it from his wife, Erin Spohr, the daughter of the victims, claiming he didn't want to add to her burden after her parents were shot. Serafini maintained that he and Scott were only in the Lake Tahoe area a few weeks before the shooting to buy a truck, and that he was not in Lake Tahoe when he learned about the shooting. He was also questioned about giving Scott $25,000 for what he described as an investment, and an additional $1,000, which he said was partly for a drug deal. He said that Scott was supposed to end up getting around $9,000 after the investment deal, and admitted that he was not forthcoming with investigators about all that money. Serafini also testified that he offered Scott a gun after the shooting, claiming that she said she felt unsafe and, quote, freaked out. He also said that he was distraught that Scott placed him in the Tahoe area the same day as the shooting, fearing that it would make him look involved, and said he told her not to contact him until she, quote, straightened out. Serafini also testified that he believes another woman he was intimately involved with, who did speak about family arguments and his whereabouts around the time of the shooting, was not being truthful. He also claims that most of his conversations with his previous defense team focused on mostly memory of dates and times, and that toward the end of the trial, he was advised it was not a good idea for him to testify, although that's what he wanted to do. And I'm going to read you just a few updates that we have gotten in the last few moments. We know that Daniel Serafini is due back on the stand next Friday, February 20th at 8:30 a.m. Now, we are also hearing that the judge is not wanting to allow any more witnesses to take the stand, which means there's a possibility that Daniel Serafini's former defense attorneys may not even take the stand after all. We do know that sentencing is scheduled for February 27th, but of course, we have to come back next week and see how things play out to get more details for you. For now, we are reporting live here in Auburn, covering local news that matters. Josie Hart, Fox 40 News.
Thank you, Josie.